What's up, guys? I'm Tinashe Moya, and welcome to another episode of Stride. On this channel, my goal is to inspire people to take the first step towards their goals in life using my personal experiences. And in this video, I will be talking about the time that I stayed at my best friend Paddington's place and the things that I got to learn and how it molded me into a different person. So sit back and enjoy. Welcome back. sorry. So before I go any further, um, how long has it been since my last episode? Like 3 weeks? Man, it's kind of a long time. But look, here's the thing. Uh, I'm sure some of you might have been going like, "Oh, he's already forgotten about Stride," but that wasn't even the case. Just that work was really on my back. I can't put anything on my health per se because I've been feeling really good. Thankfully, I thank God for that. But I think the past 3 weeks, I would just come back from work really tired. But I think there wasn't a day that would go by without me thinking of Stride. I would always think of it, and I think there were a few occasions every single week when I would want to record an episode, but then I would just feel really tired. Like I I just couldn't do it. So I then figured out that I just needed to give myself some rest. So I really got all the rest that I needed. I'm sure some of you might actually be like, "Oh, you actually look well rested. You're actually glowing." No, this is Vaseline, and it's really hot in here. So don't be mistaken by that. But yes, I managed to get some rest. So I feel a lot better now. So I'm happy to be doing this again. Um, the great thing about this thing is that if you can actually miss it, you put all your energy into it. So I'm grateful to be doing this again. If you had been waiting for an episode, I really want to thank you guys for your loyalty, your support, because it's easy to lose all the support that you've been uh, working your life to build just by stepping away from something for a short space of time. And sometimes that's how people end up forgetting about their dreams because it's like 2, 3 weeks without doing anything. You just start telling yourself that, oh, well, that's the end of it. But for me, it was never the case. It was just a case where I just needed to rest. So I think we should always consider taking rests between things that we do, because sometimes you might actually start condemning yourself. Like I'm not thinking straight. Maybe I'm not intelligent enough. No, you just need to rest. That's all you need to do. So yeah, I'm happy to be doing this again. So let's just get this show on the run. All right. So my time at Paddington's place in Mount Pleasant was a very interesting period for me. So it started off sometime in 2019 when we started our Christian clothing brand called My Story is My Gift. So we were working on putting things together, like getting the vision done, getting the videos done, like the trailer video to launch the merchandise. And speaking of merchandise, I'm wearing this sleeveless hoodie. I'm sure you guys have noticed it. Looks cool. Um, if any of you guys are interested in the merchandise, there's the short sleeve t shirt, We've got shorts and caps. If you're interested in any of the merchandise, you can click the link that will direct you to my Instagram page, and then you can inbox me and place your order, or you can even text me. I'm always available. You can place your order, and then yeah. So, anyways, back to the story. Um, so yeah, we wanted to really work on our our merchandise. So, what needed to be done was for us to be constantly speaking about these things. Sometimes you can do things on the phone, but then there's things like airtime credit. You sometimes run out of airtime, and you don't really get a chance to really get into detail about what you want to do. So I then decided that I had to go to Paddington's place so that I could at least spend some days there. Then we can properly plan the things that we wanted to do. So I would go for at least three days every week. So now, one of the reasons why I would go was because I wanted to run away from my parents. You know how it is with parents; they always ask you to do certain things when you're someone who's always at home. So I I didn't like that. Of course, I did an episode where I spoke about that. But yeah, that's just how it was. I didn't really like it. So it was just a thing where I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna run away from home and I want to see what these people are gonna do. Because we're trying to build a business, right? But, I will say more uh, a bit later on. So yeah, that's how it was. So 2019 into 2020, we would always meet up every single week, and I think during that time, I was also going through some different things like mentally. So I also figured that every time I would always come back home, I would feel a little bit refreshed. I think to a certain extent, it actually helped, like just being away from home. Because when I'm here at home in my room, I'm usually alone. So it's easy to just think of anything that's negative. But uh, being surrounded with so many people, like I think just being with Paddington, we're always laughing most of the time. We have, I think, some of like the dumbest conversations on earth, but to us, they make so much sense and it makes us so much happier, even though there's people that tell us that we are not even funny. We don't care, you know? But yeah, that's how it is. So during that time, we would always push as much as we can, getting advice from different people about how to run a clothing brand. So it was, getting traction bit by bit. We would definitely get orders from different people, even doing giveaways until COVID hit. And that's the time when we had to go on lockdown. So having COVID, that means I had to get back home. I had to be with family. And, I think COVID was like a blessing in disguise, a blessing in a way, although there were people that lost lives during that time. And may God rest each and every one of those souls. So just being back here, uh, I got to at least mosquitoes, man. Sorry, I got to spend I got to spend a bit more time with family, and you know that time needed people to be like a unit, because you were not supposed to go out, because if you did, you know, you'd definitely get infected. So you always had to be safe. So I think that made me connect with my family even more. I started to appreciate them even more. Like, okay, running away from them was like a bad thing. I think I was dumb at that time, um, making that kind of a decision. But still, during the lockdown, we would still talk with Paddington, like doing the WhatsApp calls. We would still continue, putting together different plans for our businesses. And we never really missed a step apart from just being physical, having physical sales, but just being, with family. It really helped me on my part. So uh, after the lockdown, that's when we got a deal with Bakas Ogilvy, or rather Baka McCormick, whichever name you want to choose. If you haven't watched the episode, that's the previous episode, the 1 hour episode. I guess, I guess not releasing an episode for like 3 weeks was having you people being able to finish that 1 hour episode. But anyways, that is just a joke. So we got the deal with Bakas Ogilvy, and we had to start working there. So we started part time, like I said in the video. And, I felt like it was a bit of a hustle for me to be waking up every day and, well, not every day, twice a week to be going to Newlands. So I then had to make a decision that I would go to Paddington's house on Sunday so that Monday, his father would then take us to work and then pick us up until Wednesday. Then I would come back home on Thursday, and it was okay. And then I think during that time, I got to understand, certain aspects of how you can do things as a family. Like his family would always do like Bible study sessions every single night for just an hour, where people would get to share different stories from the Bible, or just personal stories. And that was really uplifting. Like, even myself, it uplifted my soul. Like, I got to read the Bible a bit more than I always used to. And yeah, it was really helpful. So until we got to a point where we started working full time. And by working full time meant that I had to spend 5 days of the week at Paddington's place. And I gotta tell you, that was one of the most difficult things for me, because I had to be away from my family for, you know, more time, for more days, actually. Because that time it would just be like 3 days. And then I also get to spend like 3 days with my family. But now this was like a whole week, and I only had like 2 days, or rather, yeah, just 2 days, because I had to like go back home on Friday or even Saturday morning, and then Sunday, maybe Sunday afternoon, I'd actually have to go back to Mount Pleasant. So one of the reasons why I decided to stay in Mount Pleasant was because of convenience. In my mind, I had the idea that I wanted to save money for a car. So I would make the decision that all that transport money would be put aside, and be part of the savings for the car. I wrote my plan, my budget, like how I would want to structure my my salary. But then, life hits you different, because when you plan your own things, you don't think about responsibilities at home. And that's when those responsibilities hit. And I was just like, okay, um, I'm still gonna go ahead with my project. So Um, well, during that time, we would always laugh with Paddington's family. I managed to develop a strong relationship with all of his family members. And, I actually got to a point where I think there was one day during a Bible study session where I actually acknowledged his father for allowing me to stay at his place without having to ask me for, you know, anything in return. Like at least give us money for groceries, give us money for this. Um, he would always tell me that you don't have to put yourself in a tough spot, because I think I highlighted that, like, okay, I would always feel like maybe I would need to do something, but they never cared about anything. They only cared about me just being there. So I ended up gifting him with an Arsenal jersey because that's his favorite team, even though I don't like it. But uh, I ended up gifting him with that, and it actually made me um, appreciate life and family even more. Then there would be times when I would feel a little bit lonely because you start to think of the people at home, like my nephew, my sister, my parents, you know, because I would always talk to them on the phone, but then there's, you know, the aspect of physicality, just being next to um, the person that you love, the person that you've lived with for, you know, most parts of your life. There's just something about it. It just hits different. But I would always just put that aside and just focus on what was there. So, I think I then got to a time where I started hearing this voice that was just telling me to go back home. And then I did my best to fight with that voice, because I was just like, man, if it's God, He's the one who brought me to this place so that I could, try and save money for for what I wanted to get. But then every single day I kept on hearing the voice. That voice kept on telling me to go back home, be with family. It was just this thing where it's just like, yeah, even if you go back home and start using your transport money, still you're going to succeed in whatever it is that you want to do. Whatever plan that you have, it's going to come through. It's going to happen, even if you start using your transport money, any of your savings. And then I was just like, okay, what the hell? I really can't believe this is happening, because I really enjoyed being with those guys. I won't lie, particularly my little best friend called Hannah. A niece, we consider her a niece because she is the daughter of Paddington's older brother. So at first, we used to be enemies. Well, I think I was her enemy. Every time I would try to carry her, she would laugh. No, not laugh. She would cry. I mean, burst into tears, man. It was terrible. But then we ended up finding common ground, and she really became my best friend until this day. Um, she's still my good friend, even though she's now based in the UK with the family. But yeah, she still remembers me. That just makes me so happy, you know. But anyways, still hearing that voice, I had to make a decision. And also, one of the biggest reasons why I had to listen to that voice was because at that time, my my mom had been battling high blood pressure. Because I remember there was a time when I got home on a Friday and she was just lying on her bed. You could actually see that she wasn't well. And you know how things are with fathers. Sometimes they want to be discreet because they don't want the kids to go into panic mode. So I got to see that. And, in a way, I felt like I let my mom down because I was just like, man, if I was there, you start to think that if I was there, that wouldn't have happened. So I just felt like, in a way, I'm more like a centerpiece when it comes to being at home. So, in as much as I'm enjoying my time with the Kaseke family, um, I really need to go back home and spend more time with with my family. Now, when I was at Paddington's place, I would see I would see them renovating their place. His mother uh, likes to do a lot of farming projects, so I got to see how to handle different things, how to handle different businesses, and it opened me up to the point where uh, I got to get my mom a gas stove. These are things I would never think of when I would be here, because you're just in a comfort zone. You're just getting everything. You can still wake up and go to work, but then you're just like, this is my money. I can use it to buy whatever I want, be it clothes, gadgets, anything. But then this was different because spending time away from home, you then get to see that, oh, there's something good here. There's something nice here. I can actually implement it and, take it back home. So I had that idea of buying my mom a gas stove, and I had the idea of at least having a braai stand like built using bricks, probably in the garden or something. I still want to get through with that project. So those are some of the things that really made me understand that me being away from my family wasn't really a curse, but then it was just something that it was just a way of at least making me grow, making me mature a little bit more, even renovating my room, which I also consider my workspace. I got all of that from Paddington's place because their house was renovated in a very nice way. And then I was just like, yeah, I would also love to uh, do stuff like that at my home. So getting back here, I kind of felt a little bit sad that I had to move away from the Kaseke family because they are very good people, they are very nice people, and excuse me, I also got to understand, man, this place is really hot. I need to get a fan. Um, I also got to understand that those people have made love for me because if I would spend like 3 or 4 weeks without even visiting their house, they would actually start asking me, like, yo, when are you coming back here? Um, we miss you. We just need you here. You know, sometimes you just think uh, negative things about yourself, but then you really mean so much to people. So I really appreciated that. I really enjoyed that. So yeah, uh, staying at Paddington's place, it was tough in a way, but I'm happy that it made me grow. It made me into a different person. There were even things like instances where we would fast every single Wednesday. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, fasting hasn't been my thing. I haven't disciplined myself enough to do fastings. But then uh, we would do those things, me, Paddington, and who is now his wife, Daryl. We would always do that every single Wednesday. That was tough, but we would actually see some different results. I think the unfortunate thing is that the fasting thing, I never brought it back home, but I guess I'll probably have to implement it at some point in the near future, of course, probably this month at church. But yeah, um, I really enjoyed all of that. It really, really helped me grow. So, I guess uh, the message from all of this to you guys is that sometimes God might place you in a different space just for you to grow, just for you to see things differently. Uh, Sometimes we wish for things, but then we don't get those wishes granted because of the places that we're standing in. If we let God lead us, because I think it's all about instincts. I had to listen to my instinct. Like it kept on pushing and pushing and pushing. If you have that good instinct, follow it. Because there are things that you might want to do something that is not good, but you actually feel like, oh yeah, I just gotta force it and do it. Your instinct, your gut instinct will tell you it's not good. If you do it, you'll actually see bad results. But then if it's something that's good and you feel that instinct, sometimes you might be scared. You might not want to do it because you're scared, but then your mind kind of tells you that it's good. Well, follow through with that, and you'll actually see some really, really good results. So, this is my message to you guys. Always follow your instincts, and you'll be okay. So, if you've been getting value from my content, please leave a like, leave your thoughts in the comments section. I would love to know what you guys think. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe because I'm back, baby. And if you feel like there's someone who needs messages like this, don't hesitate to share the link to my channel. And do not forget, if you're interested in the merchandise, y'all get my number, text me, inbox me, and yeah, we'll get right to it. So, once again, I'm glad to be back, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.